Guys, it's been a busy day in the rack, okay? Chicago has been absolutely on fire ever since I dropped my last video on this channel, okay? Look, 5 people murdered over Zay Osama's stolen watches. Not my words, all right? Not my words. Simply the result of a very sensational No Jumper interview. If you haven't watched it, go to No Jumper's channel, watch the Zay Osama interview. It's crazy, okay? If you're not a Reddit disciple like me, okay, if you're not a Reddit disciple like me, this might not be on your radar, but go and watch this interview. There's crazy stories in there. I broke them all down in my last video. If you want to go get the recap from me, you want to get some of the best bits and some Reddit analysis, go and watch my video on the topic. We got into a whole bunch of stuff, not just the 5 people allegedly murdered over these 2 stolen watches, which ironically I believe are the exact pictures, the exact watches in this picture. That's why I used the thumbnail, okay? Don't sleep, but we put an effort into this, baby. Okay, I made that thumbnail myself. This ain't no content slop factory. But anyway, it wasn't just the 5 people killed over these stolen watches. There was also an interesting back and forth when it came to everybody's favorite rapping serial killer, King Von. Okay, apparently Zay Osama had low-key pressed an issue with King Von related to a guy called Bite Down. Now, he's a member of the Gang 600 that, you know, apparently Von slid so much for 600, he was basically a member, all right? But this guy Bite Down, this isn't even funny, okay? He massacred his whole family in a domestic, well, his girlfriend's whole family in a just crazy domestic violence incident. No gangbanging, no points scored. Not that points are honorable or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't condone violence or murders. But he basically did a horrible thing to the family of Zay's cousin. Okay, so look, there's a couple things I just want to react to today because the actual DMs where Zay is pressing the issue over Bite Down have been leaked today. I didn't really explain that very well, but basically, look, this guy Bite Down, who was friends with King Von, allegedly committed a horrible crime, tried to kill and did kill numerous people, okay, connected to Zay's family. And Zay said he's not feeling King Von talking about free Bite Down, okay? But the first thing that I want to bring up, okay, shout out to Remo for bringing this to my attention, all right? Zay has responded, okay? He's calling out Cap, all right? He's saying that it's not true. He responded to the allegations of 5 bodies being dropped over the watches. His words, all right? His words. Go and recap. He's the one that actually originally said that.
2 watches got stole. About 5 lives got took. Now run and tell that.
He said run and tell that. He told me what to do. Your Honor, okay, listen, all right? I'm telling on Zay. He told me what to do. He said go and run the content, okay? You heard it. He said run that. 5 lives got took.
Now run and tell that.
I've gone and told that. I've gone and told everybody that in this video here. You can go and get all of the juicy details there. But he's clapped back, okay? He's clapped back to me saying that I will never touch Zay's watches, okay? Now, I think he's clapping back to the whole 5 body talk, to be honest. I think maybe this caption, shout out to Shy Media News, this caption's given a slightly soft touch, all right? But this essentially posted a clip where I'm basically saying in my video, I will not touch Zay's watches under any circumstances. Trust me, Zay, if you need your watches serviced, all right, we're going to gloss over that one. Pause, all right? Why for that? If you need your watches serviced, trust me, all right? I will take your Richard Mille to Richard Mille for a main dealer service. It will not go missing. Trust me. I know the consequences, okay? I know what goes down if these watches go missing. You can trust me, Zay, all right? I will pause your watch. All right, but look, they reacted to this clip and he's saying it's all cap. And he leaves his watch on the counter. I'm leaving that bitch right there, man. I'm not touching any watches from this man. This man is an absolute menace. These guys clearly do not play about their watches. If you thought Lil Jeff was bad about the watches, man, shouldn't have ran off with them watches. Leave people's watches alone, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even trying to say too much. Ensure your watches are running. Now, look, Zay responded. He said, I did nothing to nobody. The universe going to kill these people off. 100. Salute. Exclamation mark. Now, listen, all right? Look, as a result of all the attention this story's getting, and as a result of these crazy alleged, all these bodies dropping over these watches, all right? This guy was Lil Jeff before Lil Jeff was even a thing. Lil Jeff was probably still in diapers when Zay was, you know what I mean, when Zay was getting his first watches, all right? But all right, as a result of this kind of, this kind of information flying around and going so damn viral, all right, I decided let me run some classic Zay Osama, man. Let me run, well, not classic, but like, let me run some recent Zay Osama, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me hear what that last song's saying. And so I got into his song, man, Fresh Out the Feds, okay? This dropped on June the 15th, 2025, all right? That's exactly 2 months ago, Okay, that is exactly 2 months ago, right? And I was feeling this song. I was bumping this in the car. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was bumping this with some homies. We were saying, yo, let's get back into it. And we had to hit a little rewind because a couple lyrics went over my head. You know what I'm saying? The homie pointed out. Dude said they took something from Zay. When? Show them what happened. They ass asleep. All right? Now look. Fresh out the feds, I'm back on my old stuff. All my rapper friends say I'm a tweak. And he was tweaking in that interview, but he'd been tweaking. This is 2 months ago, right? He said dude said they took something from Zay. Show them what happened, they ass asleep. Now, that's not sounding like, he said, I ain't did nothing to nobody, the universe gonna kill these dudes off. Now, for the record, I'm not inferring that Zay Osama has caught 5 hats over these watches himself. As if you watched the last video, you saw me break it down. Apparently, a close homie of his may or may not have been involved in the incident that took the life of a THF member called TP. That person who allegedly was involved in that very brazen and ugly hit where a child was nearby, that person is no longer with us. So, you know, clearly the universe has got a whole lot going on in Chicago. I'll tell you that, okay? The universe is definitely getting busy in Chicago. But people, I want to just show you something else that has also come across my Reddits today, okay? As I mentioned earlier, this individual from 600 Bite Down that took the lives of people connected to Zay Osama's family, okay? This guy is still in jail. I assume that's where he'll be staying for the long haul, unfortunately for him. But King Von was calling to free this guy, okay? King Von, all right? King Von was actually out here, okay, basically trying to get him free. Not just get him free, but get him laid, if you can believe that. And despite the incredibly brutal nature of this crime that is frankly unforgivable, that hasn't stopped 600 members and their allies from showing blanket support for Bite Down. For example, childhood friend of his King Von would rap Free Bite Down in numerous songs, such as Straight to It and Think I'm a where he would rap an ironic line saying free Bite Down and that he doesn't fight. Von would even encourage female fans to get in touch with Bite Down while he was behind bars, claiming he was now single and believing that he was due to come home on bail imminently. So look, Von was really out here. Von was really online trying to find Bite Down, a goddamn new GF, after he murdered his last one, who apparently, allegedly, was Zay Osama's cousin. Not a very nice thing to do. Definitely not a friendly thing to do. Pretty effed up, pretty screwed up, twisted stuff. It's definitely not free Bite Down. It's keep Bite Down. Maybe at a stretch, we can wish Bite Down a fair trial, but you cannot be doing Up House of Horrors and expecting to get free Bite Down message, let alone King Von on here talking about get in touch with my brother right now before he touched down. He's single in big letters, bro. There's a reason he's single and it's not pretty, okay? But what's been hitting today is that it has been revealed that the actual DMs where Zay pushed the issue with King Von has surfaced, all right? They've surfaced online. They've surfaced on Reddit. A bunch of people have been posting them. Shout out to Remo. So Remo posted these DMs too. And listen, man. Listen, it's looking crazy, all right? It's looking crazy. King Von warning Lil Zay Osama about dissing Bite Down, right? This is what King Von said. I hope you can see that. I'm going to make that nice and big so everybody can see that. I will even put myself up here. I'm going to try and do it. I might have to try and do it in the King voice. Oh, gang. No, I'm not going to do the voice. On Oh, gang. Hey, do me a favor. Keep my little brother Bite Down name out your songs. That stuff be foo. Now, there's a bunch of stuff blurred out here, but what I can see is I can see On J Money, shorty ass fried. Yeah, he says, On J Money, shorty ass fried my MFing cousin, boy. My blood, my family on Tay, boy. Shorty ass gon' die if he come home. MF's new what's up. This stuff ain't nothing new. I don't know if you just found out or what, but MF's know. MF's know what's to that stuff on J Money, all right? And this is Von clapping back. Well, you should keep that in the street, gang, for real. I'm just trying to give him a bond on O. I don't give no F what he did, but I understand how you feel. But shit, you know. Nah, you ain't wrong. It's just your songs be powerful and everybody listening to you. Everybody listening to it. You feel me? It ain't just about what you standing on for not. It ain't about what you standing for or none. It's how you presenting it. And you know how dudes is. They stand for stuff. Dudes don't F with shorty. All right? And Zay posted this. He said, I never dissed Von. Never said he ducked his shit. But I had to stand on it. Anybody that's promoting free Bite Down, that's facts. All right? He stepped on anybody that freed Bite. Anybody saying free Bite Down, he had the smoke for them, basically. I can't see what he said here. All right, but he said, what, go on, bro. Something, something, cousins, Imonian, I think he's talking about the victims, something, something with you, 100. That something, something, and Toon, throw it out the, I don't know, throw it out the window perhaps. But I believe there are more DMs that then come afterwards. Oh, this is the message that we were missing before. Hey, I ain't give no F what go on, bro. Don't say F my cousins, Imoni and Woogie, that's fam. I mess with you, 100. That stuff with you and Toon, throw it out the window. I hollered at you and I hollered at him. That stuff's dead. You don't mess with each other, don't talk to each other. That's how we're going to play it. Cool. It should be no more arguing back and forth on neither side. And then Von hit back. He said, man, I don't know your people, slime. But ain't no dude finna talk to me like no type of way or none of that. Dude got me effed up on O, but nah, for sure. Now I'm pretty sure this is Zay posting these DMs. Saying Toon said he was arguing with Von and Von dissed my cousins. Von said he didn't, so I got both of them on the phone after this convo and they squashed it. So it sounded like Zay stood on business with Von. And you got to give him his credit, man. For everybody was scared of Von out here. I was scared of Von. Von was catching all the hats, all the bodies. He was the most gangster dude out here, all right? And Zay stood on business with him. Zay was not having it. He was not taking it. He was not letting King Von disrespect his cousin and be talking all of that free bite down talk. And I actually respect it. I actually respect it. Now, is there maybe one more DM going around? So this is just one last response, some extra context that Zay gave to the situation after posting all of that. He said, never said Von tucked his tail and everything I said, never said Von tucked his tail and everything I said, I'll say if he was here. So everything I said then, I would say if he was here now. Where is y'all getting the narrative that a dude ever played with me from? I sent my love, said RIP, and Von top 5 in the rack. Stop D-sucking, all of you dudes and females. Any dude promoted that bite down stuff, I said some facts. I don't pick and choose. I'm a man before I'm anything. I actually, look, Von was an intimidating guy, man. And I respect Zay Osama for standing and being so tough with Von in those messages, to be honest with you. I mean, this is a guy that apparently had all the hats. You know, they were saying Von and Bite Down might have been catching hats together, man. The rumor on Reddit is that this Lil James hit, and I discussed this in the documentary, all right? People say, is that Von and Bite Down together? Were they sliding together? Who knows? Who knows? But if that's the relationship that Von and Bite Down had, you can understand why he would say free him, but ain't nothing honorable about shooting a female in a domestic violence case. Not cool. We're not condoning that. No passes for that, unfortunately. You're going to have to keep Bite Down. You know what I mean? Wish him a fair trial or wish him some... You know what I mean? Can't really wish too much for him, to be honest. You're gonna have to sit down on that one, my friend. But yeah, that's the latest from Zay Osama, man. He's popping his stuff. He's been going crazy after the whole watch interview situation. And I just got to shout out to him, man. Look, it's these antics and these interviews have made me dig deeper into his catalog. We've been bumping some Zay Osama today. Some of that's hitting, hearing a couple of songs that I ain't really tuned into before. So shout out to him for doing the content thing, man. Once again, I just want to say I think it's really important for rappers to get out here and do interviews. I know a lot of rappers think they're too cool for interviews. They're too cool for streams. You know what I mean? They want to do all this weird mixy stuff, trying to intimidate streamers and finesse them and finesse their money out of them on stream. That's all out the window, man. I feel like that you need to showcase your personality. You need to show you're a solid dude. You need to show you're interesting, funny dude. You know, all of that stuff, man. Do your interviews. Don't act too cool for school. All of these rappers, whether you're the most gangster, thugged out person in the world, let us know a little bit of your personality. I didn't really deep Lil Zay Osama's personality until this interview, really. Like, this has really put him on my radar. It's put the music on my radar. Yeah, look, we're knee deep in the antics, and it is very interesting, but at the end of the day, I'm about the music, and he made a couple new songs jump onto my playlist today. Definitely, if you need your watch serviced, I'm happy to take care of that. I definitely won't lose it. You know what I'm saying? No one running off of your watch. Safe with me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next Zay Osama drop now, man. You know, let's simmer down with the antics and just keep going with the music. That's what I'm excited for. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed my other video that I just dropped on the main channel. The entire life story of 4 Extra Man. Listen, let's see how that plays out. You know what I'm saying? Could be reacting to some of that content very soon, man. But make sure that you go and watch that. It's a whole 2.5 hour video. Respect to my guy 4 Extra Man. Wanted to really just tell that whole life story right. Really wanted to do my thing. And I hope that that's a really quality piece of work you guys are enjoying. So I appreciate you. I'll catch you in the next video. This was a quick one for once. And I'm out. Peace.